Have you ever wanted to play video games with your mind? Or upgrade your hand with an extra thumb? These are the brilliant innovations changing how we experience the world. This streamer has found a way to play games with her mind, finding success in games like Elden Ring, Halo, and Trackmania, all without the use of a controller. And the best part? It's not just Perry that can do it.
Mind control gaming is exactly as it sounds. It is gaming with your mind. So in my case, I have an EEG that picks up my brain activity, and then I've just translated that into pushing buttons on a virtual controller. An EEG, or an electroencephalogram, which I've had to spend a few weeks practicing how to say, is a bunch of electrodes that go on your scalp, and it picks up the electromagnetic brain activity that comes from your head. It can look and see what kind of activity is going on, and if I've trained it to recognize what this means, then it can look and see if you're doing that.
For instance, imagining something coming towards you could make the character attack in game, something lifting dodge, and something sinking in water heal. I can move the character by tilting my head.
The kind of things that you should say to me to get some brain activity are anything that would elicit a really strong emotion. The best one that I've seen so far is fear and shock. So when I'm playing horror games, it lights up if there's a jump scare.
Okay, fear. So, I don't know what to say.
I'm embarrassed that worked.
That's not good. That's a bad sign. That's a bad sign. Ah! Okay, I'm running. Oh dear. Oh, okay.
Right now, I'm really into games like anything that's dark fantasy, RPG, like Souls-like games that are really difficult and punishing, because I think maybe that's just part of my personality. It took me about 6 months to make it work the first time, just to make it push a button in a game. And right now I'm on 10 months into the project and it's still not perfect.
I may have missed the turn.
The main obstacle though wasn't building the controller or doing the coding. The main obstacle was getting the mental commands to work. So actually thinking of what I should be visualizing to record. And I had to train them up for about, I think in total we're on 600 hours of doing the same pattern over and over again and telling the software what to remember. And that's just of the visualizations I have now. So there were loads of other iterations that didn't work because they were too similar to each other, or they just didn't make any sense, or there was one where I was imagining pulling something down from the sky, and then I realized about 3 hours into doing it that that's not going to work, because then I'm not looking at the monitor. I'm not looking at the game. But my first moment where I thought, there's no way this is possible, I can't believe that this is happening, this must be a fluke, this must be a mistake, was the first time that it worked. So I was running around with the character Steve in Minecraft, and it was the first ever visualization. It was pushing a block forward, and I wanted him to swing his fist in mine, and then I did it, and then he did it, and it was just the wildest thing. I was absolutely blown away, and I thought, this is such a far out idea based on something that I've never tried before, and as far as I'm aware, very few people have, and it worked. And I had to do it over and over again, not to test it, not to make sure, not to get it better, but just to believe that that actually was me doing it and not some random wild error. I felt absolutely mind blown, I guess, pardon the pun.
Are you ready to have your mind blown?
No. Let's try this. Let's calibrate this bad boy.
So you're literally gonna visualize something you see as heavy. It can be the cube that you see on screen. And you're gonna imagine pushing it forward.
Okay. Oh, I'm definitely losing focus. All right. Okay. Right. No. Oh, rubbish. Do you know what it is? Is now I'm like can't perform. So you immediately start thinking about it. I saw it move, but I didn't know. I thought that was like, I don't know if that was a problem. That is insane. I'm now in Elden Ring, and I'm going to try and cast a spell through pushing an imaginary block. I'm already thinking about it a little bit. Right, here we go. Yes! I didn't think I was going to get it as well. Yes!
That's great.
I could feel it. Honestly, you feel so powerful. This is like when you first pick up a video game and you do something incredibly like rad, like in Skate, you do a kickflip with an analog stick and you like discover a mechanic for the first time, and it's not like anything else you've experienced in gaming. This is unbelievable. The feeling is just ridiculous, but you also still unnerving a little bit.
It used to give me a headache at the beginning, but that's just from the headset itself. The actual process, it requires a lot of focus and energy, but it doesn't hurt. I don't know how this has affected my brain properly, but I have noticed that my focus has improved a lot, which as someone with ADHD has really helped me just do things day-to-day life when I'm not gaming. You kind of have to focus a lot when you are trying to, for example, defeat a boss in Elden Ring, because the way that the mental commands and visualizations work is that you have to think of the same thing every single time in the exact same way. So if you deviate from that a little bit, if you think about something else, then it just won't work. So when you have a boss running towards you, it can be really difficult to focus on, for example, thinking something and drinking a potion. But that's just practice. And I think that's why it has really helped improve my focus in general, because being able to block that out and go internal in terms of what you're imagining is a really, really useful skill, I think. The technology is out there to be able to control things with your mind. They're controlling loads of prosthetics with it, but no one's really applied it to gaming. And by getting the technology out there, my thought process was that, one, it would be a really cool thing to do, but also that it might raise a little bit of awareness for what's possible. And a lot of the time when we think about accessibility issues, we think about what is the bare necessities, but gaming and being involved with what your friends are doing and being involved with entertainment and media is also a necessity. So if we can do something with this at some point in time with enough funding and development, then that would be really cool.
Okay, I feel like I'm getting, am I like hilariously sweaty?
No, you look great.
Oh my God, I'm so sweaty.
Do you want some powder?
No, it's all right, we'll embrace it.
And there's the controller, your brain activity.
My brain activity is smaller than yours. Whoa! Crikey, something's wrong with me.
What's happening? Nothing moving.
Imagine if you had an extra thumb, all the amazing things you would be able to do, like play the guitar faster, or eat a bag of chips with one hand.
It's delicious.
Well, we went to the University of Cambridge to find out what amazing things we could do with it.
The third thumb is a 3D printed extra thumb for your hand that's controlled with your toes. I was really trying to investigate that relationship between the wearer and a prosthetic. I wanted to feel what it was like to be in control of something that I was wearing, but that had kind of this proportional control that was responding to my movements. What I really envision for the third thumb is more specific workplaces that then you do a slight redesign. So for example, I've spoken with a shoulder surgeon and he was really interested in being able to hold his multiple tools at the same time rather than collaborate with an assistant.
So how did Danny start working on the third thumb?
I've always been interested in designing for the body. I think that's so much more interesting as a product designer. And then it wasn't until my master's at the Royal College of Art that I really started exploring prosthetics. I'm not a medical professional working in prosthetics in the medical field. That is a whole kind of different area. I'm working in this more exploratory field, trying to split it off into prosthetic versus augmentation. And I just kind of see it all in the same movement. We're just extending the human body. An amputee is completely different to a congenital one-hander, yet societal perception is that they just have one arm. and so they're missing something, and that's not true. And so if we start to try to like silo this technology, like this is for augmentation and this is for prosthetics, it's the same technology, we're just talking about how you feel about that person. And also they might not feel about that themselves. Is it a prosthetic? Is it for someone without a thumb, or is it augmentation for someone with 2 thumbs? It's both, or it's either, or it totally depends on the wearer.
Danny's invention went viral online, which meant her master's project turned into much more than just that.
When it went viral online, I thought that's kind of where it would live, in this online space that people could go, or you know, and really kind of spark these discussions. And I would have thousands of comments on videos and stuff like that of people going either way, or also emailing me and letting me know their feelings about it as well. And that's where I thought it would live. And then, but now it's in a whole different space.
Could we give it to one of our crew?
Yes, absolutely. Your crew member can try one. Cool, we're putting a 3rd thumb on you today.
Sweet.
So we're going to go through this one first, and then through there. And then just going to turn on your ankles.
Back to my feet.
Your left foot is going to control the kind of up and back, and your right foot is the kind of dominant foot, is going to control the across and back. And it yeah, there you go. You're doing great. So this is still like 1st minute of use.
Yeah. I feel like a natural.
Yeah, you look like a natural. Should we give you your first object?
I'd love to.
Okay, so right foot and press and hold.
Perfect. Look at that.
How many can you normally pick up? Because you have quite large hands.
I can hold up 3 oranges in my hand. I can hold 4 oranges in my hand with the 3rd thumb. Damn. I think that counts. Oh. Thank you. 2 sugars. No. It's delicious. Should I take a drink? Oh no!
It happens to the best of us.
So just so you know, we're going to have to put you in an MRI scanner later.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be testing your brain.
Cool. And they actually did test my brain, so that the activity inside it when I was using the 3rd thumb could be studied by Professor Tamar Macon.
It's not claustrophobic at all in here.
My name is Tamar Macon, and I'm a professor of cognitive neuroscience. And my role is to run the lab that we call the Plasticity Lab in Cambridge University. I got this big grant meant to help me start establishing the first frontiers of human augmentation, specifically allowing people to have extra body parts. A colleague of mine told me he just watched this video of this extra robotic thumb that just looks amazing. I've asked my student who was running the project at the time if she can try hunt down this person, Danny Claude, and that's how we started working together. The interesting thing about the body and the brain is that you can't change one without the other. When we're thinking about adding extra body parts or replacing body parts, we are immediately implicating the brain. If we could harness this technology in a thoughtful and responsible way, we could really offer an incredible new opportunity for humanity to improve productivity.
Since coming to Cambridge University, how much has Danny's vision of the 3rd thumb changed?
The fundamentals from the first prototype are definitely the same. I certainly didn't think it would be so similar, which I'm quite impressed with and managed to like make it good the first time. When the neuroscientists kind of started collaborating with me on it, I thought that they'd get rid of the foot control pretty quickly, but it has lasted because it works so well. We had almost 600 participants come and try the 3rd thumb for the first time, and then we asked them to do a task within a minute. 98% of people could use the 3rd thumb within the first minute, which is really important for pieces of technology like this.
So how's my brain activity looking, Tamar?
My clever students have processed the information that the machine has gathered. We can look and see what happens when Stu uses the thumb, and what we find is that the brain areas that control the foot and control the hand, they light up once he's using his 3rd thumb. Over a longer period of time, we might start seeing changes where the brain reconfigurates the representation of the hand, the representation of the foot, in order to allow for the thumb to grow in a different way.
Was it hard to find Stu's brain activity?
Yes, a beautiful activity in the right place, to the right amount. Yes, a wonderful brain activity.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Danny is a rock star to me. I work with so many gifted people, so smart, so talented. Danny is all of that, but she's also able to combine wonderful creativity with practicality, which is a very complex combination to achieve.
I don't think I'd be doing this if I only collaborated with other designers. I'm collaborating with neuroscientists and anthropologists and engineers and artists, and that's what kind of makes this work so dynamic. I'm constantly surprised that I'm still working on the third thumb. I'm amazed that this thing that I made during my master's degree is now being used for PhDs in neuroscience at Cambridge University. That's so mad to me and so inspiring and keeps pushing me forward to make it better.
Feel the synapses firing in your mind?
I did feel like the synapses were popping in my mind. They were moving crazy. 360.
Yeah, that's what do that. Yeah, I like that. I'll go into Duper! Daddy, you've got a Duper for you.
We have a huge library of scents: jasmine, chocolate bread, coffee, also of course vomit.
Wait, what?
Smell of decomposing bodies and blood.
Immersive experiences just got a whole lot spicier with the addition of smell, and we decided to put it to the test. This is Smell VR.
That's being just doused in chocolate. Play that again.
Meet Anastasia and Ivan, the power couple behind London-based startup Sentient. Together, they've invented an intoxicating new technology. The eSense, a central tracking system, triggers the release of different smells between your shoulders and nose. It can be used with a VR headset, augmented glasses, or a smartphone, and can be used without a screen in actual reality, so you can even smell your favourite painting.
A lot of devices are very intrusive, so we've tried as hard as possible to design something that people would forget about when they're wearing it.
Seamless as possible.
And it all started with a romantic stroll along London's South Bank.
We caught a whiff of donuts. That smell reminded us of childhood, and
in one particular place. If you ask anyone from St. Petersburg about that donut place, they'll know which donut place you're talking about.
It's historical. And we started talking, how would we share that experience if we were apart? Can we send a smell to each other? That conversation quite quickly, as being very technical people, escalated from hypothetical to philosophical to technical.
It got out of hand.
It got out of hand, yes.
So how many smells does this thing hold?
Up to 6 is the maximum. We never in real life experience more than 6 scents within, for example, 30 minutes. If you were in a video game and you go through one space to another and the scents keep changing, more than 6 would become so overwhelming that you will start thinking about the scent, not about the game, and it's not going to be immersive.
Before we try out the device, I think we should test some of these smells.
You ready, Lou?
I'm ready.
I've prepared 6 different scents. Pick up a vial, smell it, just give it a little swoosh. Well, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Number A, numero 1. Oh, what is that?
Please don't be sick.
Ooh, that's lovely.
It smells like glass cleaner.
It's like a mint, but bubbly.
I think it's lavender.
It's definitely citrus. I think that's orange.
With a hint of flowers.
This one is looking a little stressful because it's very dark in colour. Ooh.
It smells like whiskey. I guess if it was whiskey, you'd just put whiskey in it though. It smells like my childhood. I'm just going to put childhood.
It smells like surface cleaner or like hospital. Oh!
Ooh, that's like a car.
I think that might be hospital.
Oh, that's grim.
Oh my god, what is that?
Oh, like a seared steak.
I think that might be the rotten eggs.
Oh, is that like egg?
That is very realistic.
She smells like rotten egg.
That's got to be decomposing body.
leather fart. As in, I think you may have used leather to get to the fart consistency.
Does it get worse and worse? I'm going for D, lavender. I'm changing my answer.
Ooh, ooh. It smells like a Thai curry. It's quite nice.
A licorice flower.
I know that smell. That's university smell right there. Mature cheddar.
That is 100% sick.
Smelly feet.
Oh!
Oh, I can still smell it. Oh, it's in my nose.
It's like fart again. Parmesan.
Is that a decomposing body?
This one, please be nice. It smells a bit like petrol.
That's all right. It smells like latex gloves. Scented latex gloves.
Yeah, I don't think we should quit our day jobs.
Nailed it.
Now for the science. What was happening in our brains during that smell test?
The smell is processed in the olfactory cortex, and it's very closely associated with our survival instincts. You know, when you're walking down the street and you smell something that's not pleasant, generally people either start looking for the source or try to get away from the smell. And that's our fight or flight instinct. We don't often know how we're going to act.
So who uses this technology?
One of the biggest applications of our technology is for training of emergency services. Smells can work in two ways. They can either be a clue to the environment, adding, for example, a smell of natural gas, which is silent and invisible. But another side of smells, sometimes they go into a place that smells really uncomfortable. That split second of a distraction might cause a life. So it's really important for them to use smells during training that are overpowering their senses to keep the focus.
How do you recreate the really nasty smells?
Chemistry. We work with scent labs, and I also alter some of the smells to make sure they're more fitting for the customer.
For some of the more difficult ones, like a decomposing body, obviously we don't know what it smells like. You speak with people who do know, so like paramedics, for example, and we've had a comment that once you're in the room, it takes like days to actually get rid of it on you, which is horrible. But like, okay, what does it smell like? And then we try to find something comparable.
Some smells are made up of a surprising mix of notes.
An old-fashioned hospital smell is mostly a smell of leather. Some people actually say, oh, this is the exact smell of the hospital that I stayed in several years ago, and this just gives me flashbacks.
I think it's about time we try it out. Oh, wow!
And there is a bonfire. Oh!
I'm seeing a starry night sky.
Oh, there is a tent.
Stuart's in the tent, sweating. Yeah, it's like when the fire's gone out and you're kind of getting the bit that you can smell on your clothes afterwards.
Okay, when there's wind at night or whenever, and the bonfire's kind of blowing in your face, it's lovely.
Feels like you're actually there, like you're sitting down, you're kind of chilling in the fire.
Oh wow, it smells very authentic.
It's really clever. It's really got the smell of like burning wood. You know what you should do? You should combine the chocolate and the bonfire. You could make s'mores.
You're gonna smell it now.
I'm in a chocolate factory.
Someone's like putting chocolates on a conveyor belt.
Smells like chocolate treacle.
Oh, there's like some melted chocolate being mixed.
That is gorgeous.
Oh, there are like some truffles with like chocolate being poured over.
Oh, play that again.
Definitely not Cadbury's, 100% not Galaxies. It's more like a Hershey's type chocolate.
Play that again.
And I could just sit here in this loop forever probably. That'd be quite nice.
You know it would be nice as well if you did like a full like roast dinner.
I would love a piece of that chocolate. You can't touch it.
That was so cool. I think I also ate half of it.
God, that smells good.
It's safe to say Ivan and Anastasia have created something truly sensational.
We hope that we'll become a go-to scent solutions company, making virtual training accessible and enhancing it with scent. I think is one of the most important things for overall quality of training of emergency services, so everywhere is safe, no matter where you are.